Jake had always trusted Hannah, believing in the strength of their relationship. They had been together for years, shared countless memories, and built a home filled with laughter and comfort. But one evening, a conversation shattered that sense of security. Hannah looked him straight in the eyes, her expression calm but determined. "I'm going with my ex for 2 weeks of self-discovery," she said, as if the words were ordinary, harmless. Jake felt his chest tighten, his mind struggling to process the casual declaration. 2 weeks. With her ex. The words echoed through him like a warning bell. Questions and fears collided. Why now? Why him? What about us? For a moment, he considered arguing, pleading, trying to convince her to stay, but the emptiness in her gaze told him it would be futile. The night that followed was a sleepless blur. Jake replayed every interaction, every sign he might have missed. He thought of the promises they had made, the trust they had nurtured, and the future he had imagined with her. Now, it all felt fragile, slipping through his fingers. Determined to regain some control, Jake decided to focus on himself while she was away. He immersed himself in work, reached out to old friends, and revisited hobbies he had abandoned. It wasn't easy, the pain was raw, the betrayal fresh, but he knew he needed strength to face whatever awaited him when she returned. As the days passed, Jake noticed a shift in his own perspective. The absence forced him to reflect, to examine his own desires, boundaries, and self-worth. He realized that love, no matter how deep, could not thrive without respect and mutual commitment. Meanwhile, Hannah seemed to relish her freedom, sharing occasional updates about her trip. Each message, each photo, was a sharp reminder of the distance between them, not just physical, but emotional. The connection they once shared had been fractured, and he felt the weight of that fracture with every passing day. When the 2 weeks finally ended, Jake waited at the airport, bracing himself for her return. Hannah approached, smiling, as if nothing had changed. But Jake noticed the subtle differences, the way she avoided certain topics, the hesitation in her eyes. He realized then that this trip, which she had called self-discovery, had not just been about finding herself. It had revealed truths about their relationship that could not be ignored. He understood that some bonds, once tested in such a direct way, could never return to their previous state. Instead of confronting her with anger, Jake chose clarity. He calmly discussed what had happened, what he felt, and what he could no longer accept. The conversation was heavy, emotional, and painful, but it brought a sense of resolution. In the weeks that followed, Jake focused on healing. He rebuilt his routine, reconnected with friends, and started pursuing personal goals that had long been sidelined. He realized that independence and self-respect were more important than clinging to a relationship that had undermined his trust. By the time he fully moved forward, Jake understood that love sometimes requires letting go. While the memory of Hannah's departure and her words would linger, they had also given him the strength to reclaim his life and define his own happiness. He had learned that betrayal and distance, though painful, could lead to personal growth. And as he looked toward the future, Jake felt a quiet confidence, knowing he had survived heartbreak and emerged stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever came next.